So right now, Florida needs to win in order to keep any momentum.
Yeah, gonna get us underway.
Sure, let's do it.
All right. We start off with McGraw striking out here to Jazz hands. Remember what's at stake here. Florida must win to stay alive. And Bobby Briggs is going to get walked on 4 pitches. All right, next up here, Santos Garcia. That's going to get down to the gap. Is that going to be deep enough to score a run? They're waving him home, and he's going to be safe. Briggs hustles from first to home, and Florida takes the early 1-0 lead. And now we go to Brianna Rostabor, who's going to walk. Jazz hand not being able to find the strike zone today so far. Already allowing 2 walks as he gets a strikeout of Luca here. And now we go to Jimmy Lumber, who is the highest TP outfielder in this upcoming draft, who's going to ground out the first to end the inning.
Oh, yes, I should add. Dame did send out a reminder about this, but all changes are due prior to the beginning of the next sim day. So if we've wrapped up a day and moved on to the start of the other one, nothing will be accepted.
Pants is going to fly out to center.
All those changes for tomorrow's slate are due prior to the end of this stream.
As we go to one-hit wonder, he's going to pop out to first. Next up will be Hoff as the Pens try to get a run here. He's going to fly out to left as Tugboat, arguably one of the best pitchers in this draft. Only to realize this guy is a stinky GM, so we kind of know where he goes. Now we go to Cooper. Lines at the first for the out. Coming up here is Bell. Facing hands. That's going to get down the gap. Or are they going to get him at second? No, just barely. Just beats the throw. Hands having trouble. Big Scooty Fortune. Going to ground out the third. Not a productive out, advancing the runner. As they batter around here early, we go back to McGraw. As Jazz Hands is going to get him to strike out here. We go to the bottom second, with Florida still up 1-0. Next, we're going to go to Fromas, who's going to get by shortstop for a base hit. Next up is Apperson here, another person that I ranked highly in one of my mocks. If you've been listening to my pod. He's going to get, and that's going to be a double play. Ouch. Not the start you wanted for the Pens. Next up is Phillips. Phillips is going to get hit. They advance the first. Now, I've seen this animation before. As Log is going to ground out. Not much going for the Kingpins bats early. Florida remains up 1 after 2 innings. As we return with Briggs striking out here. Apologize for the bit of dead air. I like to catch my breath before saying something. Garcia's going to fly out to left. Bringing up Sabor. Not very much RBI so far for this Florida lineup. Sabor, that's going to drop in front of the left fielder. Bothell was going to be out for sure, but Sabor's going to get a 2-out single. Next up here is Luca. And that's also going to drop in front of the left fielder for a base hit. Florida threatening once again with Jimmy Lumber coming up. He doesn't have a hit in this series, have a chance to get some runs here, but grounds out the first and eliminates the 2 base runners. Let's see if Chicago's offense can wake up here. With Mint, Vega, and Pants coming up. That's going to get by. Mint's going to get on with a single. That's a good start for the Pins. Let's see if they can get Mint home. Here's Vega. He's going to fly out to center. Here's Pants coming up here for the second time. And he's going to take a 4-pitch walk. And now they got runners at first and second. And another 4-pitch walk. Tugboat is struggling to find the strike zone as the bases are loaded with 1 out. It's Hoff. That's it deep. That's far. And that is a grand slam for Christopher Hoff. And just like that, there's the offensive explosion you need for the Pins. Those walks are definitely going to come back to haunt Tugboat. No doubt about that. It's a 4-1 Chicago lead. He gets Fromis to strike out here. Here's Bapperson again. Facing a 1-0 count. It's going to be a fly out to left. We go to the top of the 4th, but a grand slam by Huff gives the Pins the driver's seat. Florida is now realizing that those bad base running things have come back to haunt them as Cooper gets on with a leadoff single. Going back here to Bell, Florida's trying to come back from down 3 runs. And that's going to be a base hit as well. That's going to move Cooper to third. And just like that, the tying run is at bat. The possible tying run is at bat here with McScooty Fortune coming up here. That should be deep enough to score the run. It's a fly out to center, but that will cut the lead in half. It is a productive out, though. Let's see if McGraw could possibly tie this game with a shot here. No, it's a double play to end the inning. Florida cuts the lead down to 2, but they still got some work to do here as the Pins are coming up here in the bottom of the 4th against Phillips. And once again, 4-pitch walks have been a massive problem for Tugboat this game. Those will come back to bite you. But an immediate double play from Log is going to help erase that early walk. Mint, who helped started the rally with the walk with his base hit early in the inning. Can he do it again? He's just going to ground out to first, and that'll be the end of 4. Pins up 4-2, and they are 15 outs away from completing the sweep. And a new pitcher in for the Pins. It's David Corrigan. They're going to the bullpen early as Briggs is going to get on with a base hit. Now facing Santos Garcia again. He's just going to pop this one out to face Sabor, who's been on base both times today in both of her plate appearances. Or one plate appearance, actually. The only play is going to be a fielder's choice at second, so her on-base streak is going to continue. Can Luca possibly tie this game here? Tough play to second, but he's going to ground out. Pins have the lead, and I'm going to hand the rest of the game over to Jacob.
Yeah, the Kingpins trying to...
We got a good one here.
Yeah, close out the a sweep against the Flamingos as Vegas can get a leadoff single. Pants gonna get... Oh! No double play. They get the fielder's choice at second, though. Thought that might have been getting through the infield for a second. And a double play turned by the Flamingos. They get the Kingpins out, and that will end the inning. Kingpins 12 outs away, now 11 from a berth in the divisional round. They walk Cooper, so Cooper will be on with 1 out. They ground out to the first baseman, but they cannot make the play. Bad throw from the first baseman, and that's going to put 2 runners on with 1 out. And that's a deep fly ball. Oh, it's going to be deep enough to, no, not advance the runner. So a big second out on a McScooty Fortune flyout. David Corrigan pitching for the Kingpins in relief. He's going to get McGraw to fly out, so the Flamingos not able to capitalize. Running out of time to get some work done here. Hot-hitting Hoff will lead it off for the Kingpins. An off-season acquisition from the Lemurs. He'll strike out there for the first out of the game. Tank Fromos, or first out of the inning. Fromos flies out for the second out. Now Dave Babbitt-Person flies out, diving catch in center field by McGraw, and Chicago goes down in order. 1/3 of the game left. 2-run lead for Chicago. The 8th hit on the day for Briggs. The Flamingos offense has been on. They just have not been able to capitalize as Chicago turns another double play. You know, when you have 8 hits in 7 or 6 innings, you would imagine you get more than 2 runs, but Flamingos offense not able to capitalize on their opportunities. Sabre strikes out, and Florida's down to 6 innings left. Dumby Phillips draws a walk. Brings up King Locke, who's going to be hit by the pitch. So 2 runners on with no outs here. A pop out is a big out there. Puts double play into a possibility for the Flamingos. Vega's going to blast it down the line. And they cannot get out at second. So 2 runners in scoring position for Pants. We'll see if they can capitalize. And good play on a hard-hit ball by Cooper at second base. Will keep this a 2-run deficit. The Kingpins very close to expanding the lead here. Florida looking for a chance to, another chance to lessen this lead. Luca grounds out. Lumber strikes out. Brings up Ellis Cooper, who's going to ground out to the shortstop. So Flamingos down to 1 inning left. 4-2 Kingpins still.
And remember,
And that's
for a
dropped in
while,
for a
the
single.
Pins, and remember, let me get this in real quick. The Pins just barely made the playoffs, and they haven't been in the playoffs in 10-plus seasons. That'll be a huge statement here if they can get a sweep of a team that has been in the World Series pretty recently.
Flamingos have a bot in here. They'll get Hoff to fly out. Ground out to the first baseman. The runner does make it to second. So Wonder's going to be on second base for Babbitt-Person, who's going to strike out. Ford Larquad getting 3 outs here, keeping the lead to 2. And we'll see if the Flamingos have any 9th inning magic in them. Single will start them off here from Bell. Osaki Rinji still in the game. 3rd inning of work for them. McFortune flies out to left fielder, so 2 outs for the top of the Flamingos lineup. Do or die time for Florida. McGraw grounds out, and the key. Oh no! A throwing error from the third baseman will extend the game. So Briggs is hitting 636 with a chance as the winning run, but will ground out to third as the third baseman makes the play. And the Kingpins advance to the semifinals.
Big win here for the Pins, and what a statement in their playoff return. A sweep of the team.
I mean, Florida got the 2 errors, 3 walks, 8 hits, but only able to get 2 runs. Briggs had 2 hits in this one. Bell 2 hits. Christopher Hoff had all of the RBIs in the game for Chicago today. Corrigan gets the win. Rinji the save for Chicago. Tugboat the loss. 4 runs in 5 innings. And Christopher Hoff is your player of the game. And that concludes